Hello, welcome back to Deanna's Crafting Corner. Today we are talking about quilling, and I'm a beginner. So if you're here to learn, I don't know if this is the best place for you, but I'm going to tell you a fun story about a trip that I went on recently. Not really a trip, an excursion away from the house. I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you about quilling. So, hallelujah, if you remember from my last Dollar Tree haul, I got this cardstock paper. And it came in a variety of colors. So what I did was I cut this up into strips of paper because I don't have the patience for it. My strips of paper are not all equal sizes. They are different sizes. So a professional quilling person, quiller, might say that that's incorrect. I don't know. I don't know what the correct I don't even know what the correct width is. See, I don't know anything about quilling, really. I'm telling you, I am not the go-to source. This is just my, adventure in quilling. Yay. But what I did do was I made this is a cork board, so it has cork board. Yay, cork board. On both sides. I took the backing of a piece of contact paper because it has these like lines, and what I can do is I can line up this nice little cutting board that I stole from the kitchen on the line, and then I can take a ruler and my cardstock and I can just line this up here, and that's supposed to give me a straight line. I can line this up here and that should give me a straight line. And then I can take my handy dandy cutting tool here, and if I cut, I should get a pretty good piece of paper. Be careful at home, I'm probably not doing this the safest way. And I didn't cut it from this direction before, I cut it from the other direction, so it felt a lot better than when I did it than just now. I tend to get off a little bit on the ends, but it's just me. Anyway, and then I would just break it apart or cut it if I didn't get all the way through. And on this one, I cut it kind of twice, so I cut it twice, so I'm gonna just take off this extra bit there. And then I'm gonna put it in my little holder for my pieces of paper. So I went through that process with a whole bunches of pieces of paper. But for now, I have a whole bunch cut up already, and I'm gonna put this aside, and then we'll do the next part. So I got this picture frame. I got this picture frame from the Dollar Tree a while back, and I was gonna put a design in it. So what I did for this was, if you take this out of here and take this out of here, you've got this little matte piece that's gonna go around it, and then you've got this little just decorative piece. It's not really used for anything. And then it also had this, here's my design so far. It had this piece of cardboard, so that goes where this mat goes. So it goes like here. So typically you would have there we go. You would have your background, well, you would just have your photo, right? And then you would take your mat, and then you would put it in your frame. We can do it, we can, I promise. So like this is what we're going for. Cool, right? See? That's what we're going for. I guess I should have waited for that till the very end. I'll show you at the end what we're going for. Here we've got my design. I just need to finish up this last flower here. And Aren't my Valentine's Day bags cute? They're so cute. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you the story. So down the street from where I live, there is this place, and it's called the St. Louis Haunted Mansion. Post-it notes. I like to use Post-it notes for the dispensing of my glue. You're supposed to get a fine tip precision glue bottle. I don't have one of those. I have Post-it notes. This stuff really comes out fast. So this is Elmer's glue wall. The St. Louis Haunted Mansion. It's down the street from where I live, and the sign has been up forever and ever. And I've always been somewhat curious about what is this St. Louis Haunted Mansion place? What is this place? Just very, very curious. So I'm just kind of like doing a little bit. Well, the other day, I saw that they were having an open house, a grand opening. And I thought, well, I've got to go and see what this is about. They were just having some pop-up, like a pop-up market with some vendors, and that's pretty much it. Trying to decide what I want to do here. Oh, that'll be pretty. See, so pretty. So I had to go. I had to go and check this place out. So we go in, and they had like cookies and stuff that they were giving out, and they're gonna have a raffle, and they were gonna have a ghost hunt later on that night. They plan to make it into like 4 different spaces. A library, it's gonna be an event space where you can like rent space or something. It should be pretty neat. It should be pretty neat. But, so, that's upside down. So, we went in and we checked everything out, and they had all this like really cool old furniture. I love old furniture. I just think old furniture is so just spectacular. Love old furniture. Had this old furniture. There was like, it used to be like a ballroom, like maybe a 1920s ballroom maybe, and this cool ceiling, very neat place. So we checked everything out, and we checked out all the vendors, and didn't buy anything. Of course, we knew we weren't gonna buy anything as soon as we walked in the door. Before we walked in the door, really. But there was this staircase that led upstairs. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what's up those stairs? So a lot of times when you go places, if there's somewhere that they don't want you to go, they have it roped off or blocked off or something, letting you know like, hey, you can't go here. They did no such thing. So I'm looking at the staircase, I'm like telling my husband, like, do you think we can go upstairs? And he's, you know, all polite and stuff, and he thought, oh, well, we should probably ask somebody. So we asked the this girl that seemed like she owned the place or something like that. And not only did we get to go on a tour of the entire building, we got our own personal tour guide. So there was a friend of hers that was there, and she asked him if he would take us on a tour. So we got to tour the whole entire building, which was awesome. So first of all, whenever we first walked in the building, the parking lot needed a little bit of cleaning. It was kind of dirty, but the, so that was kind of like weird. But there was also like this, there was this hearse. There was a hearse outside and it said Jamie Lynn, and it was just like, okay. I knew that they were kind of into the paranormal stuff, but I don't know what that has to do with the hearse. And we still don't know if we don't think it's actually related to the place. Like, it was just a coincidence or something weird. Anyway, so we go on a tour upstairs and check out these awesome, he's like, watch your stuff here. This board is, it needs to be replaced. So the floor was gonna fall through. The floor was gonna fall through. Go through the upstairs, and he's talking about the different seances that they've held there, and how it's haunted and all this stuff. Come to find out, this place, there was somebody from the mafia, apparently maybe, that lived there at one point in time. And there could have been, it's rumored, that there may have been a death on the property. Or more than one death. More than one. So earlier in the day, whenever we were walking around, I saw this like cool, I thought it was a dumbwaiter, and he did confirm that that was indeed a dumbwaiter. We went into this one building, one room of the building, and they're gonna make it so cool. They're gonna do this whole, I'm showing you guys the video. Entrance, it's gonna be like, go through a wardrobe, like witch in a wardrobe. How fun is that? How fun is that? So there's that. So we're going through and he's telling us about all the haunted stuff and the seances, and how in one room, the spirits there don't like to talk to men. He was telling us about how there's like some children that play in this old chest that's downstairs that I guess they've made contact with or something. I'm not sure. I'm not really the paranormal person either. It was just really, but that's way too much glue. See that? That's way too much glue. You're not supposed to use that much glue. Probably somebody who's an expert at this is like cringing at what I'm doing here. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. So here I want to do one more petal, but I didn't make another circle-y thing. So they're called coils. I need to make another coil. How I made these coils. How I made these coils is I have one of these pink pieces, which is longer than the purple piece. And I stuck the purple piece in the middle. And then I took my very professional quilling tool, which is also called a skewer. You use what you have, right? And I just carefully lined it up on here, and I'm just pinching it around and rolling it. Pinching and rolling, pinching and rolling it, pinching it and roll. There we go. We just roll it as tight and as straight as I possibly can. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Then, whenever I let go of it, see how it's nice and tight? And then it kind of opens up. And you can play with it and like let it tighten up, loosen, loosen up more. And then I'm just gonna glue these down. Glue those down. There we go. And then for the little, to make the shape, I just kind of pinch it a little bit at the top here to make this kind of like teardroppy shape. I've learned that you don't really want to mess with them too much because the things don't, the paper isn't very forgiving. But if you're really particular, you can kind of like move stuff around, and some people are like super particular. Blah, blah. And then I'm gonna kind of just
chest downstairs that they think a spirit or memories of a child came in with that, possibly 2 kids.
There we go.
Seem like they like to live in that, come out and play.
So now I'm thinking I need a thing like right here. Back to my story. He's telling us about all the seances they've had to try and reach the different spirits as we walk through there. Then we get to this one back room, and he was telling us about how you could tell by the burn marks in the floor that there was I'm gonna use a smaller toothpick. You could tell by the burn marks in the floor that there was like a bed there, and the way that there was a fire, and the way that it burnt, that it looked like somebody had poured some kind of accelerant on somebody, and then that accelerant, so there was a door frame that was kind of like all burnt up too. So maybe the person like tried to run out of the house while they were on fire, or I don't know what. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Was that somebody that got murdered there? True crime enthusiasts want to know. I'm not a true crime enthusiast either. So then we got to go down this awesome, like, creepy stairwell to the basement. The basement. I'm not really loving how this looks right here, so I just kind of want to jazz it up a little bit. And I don't like the depth of that, so I'm gonna trim it down to make it half the size. So we went down this spiral staircase, and then we got to go in the basement. The basement was crazy weird. So in the basement, it's got like all this ceramic tile. At one point in time, they said that it was possible that it was a butcher shop.
These 2 windows right here are right at street level, so animals were slid in through those windows and actually slaughtered down here. But it also makes it a great place to clean up murder. Sure.
Here in the ground floor.
So there was the butcher, and then there was also, it was a restaurant, so they used to use the dumbwaiters to like get the food up to the next floor, and also for the meat that was butchered there. Used the dumbwaiter. That's better. I'm just gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna put a piece in there because I don't like the gap there. I do like these swirls. There was one part that they said this like little alcove, and they said that it's possible that that was used to just kill people, and then they like push them back in this corner, kill them, and then it's really easy to just wash away the blood because they're a butcher shop. So nobody would be none the wiser. Interesting. So why was it all the ceramic?
Stuff, but if you look at the floor in here, you'll notice that
There's also a place where he said that the wall was
obviously that was a smaller
not
structure.
normal, and that it could be hollow, and then there was another part that was like solid, and maybe, I don't know how much of this was true, but maybe there's somebody buried behind there at one point in time. I don't know.
So it's solid over there. Another thing that had hollows, and then it's solid again. This wall's like that, add the wall back over there.
And then the way that the slab to the basement was put in, that they said that was suspicious too, of possible. Anyway, it was a really cool building though. But oh my God, I was just, being nosy, wanted to go check out this open house. And then here it is, that it turned out that I not only, got to go to the open house, I got this full on like major tour with all this wonderful, awesome tour guide storytelling in it as well. It was so cool. And I felt so lucky to be able to see that, to hear the story, to all of it. It was just so neat. It was really neat. So then we're just gonna glue this up. And I'm just gonna put this guy in here. Oh, you're not gonna fit. Come on. Is there a secret to this? The hard thing with art is like, is it ever done? I suspect that this piece is finito. So a lot of people use, as I'm reading and learning about this because I'm brand new, they use sealant to make sure that their coils don't unravel. I don't have any sealant. I was thinking about using this glue, but I do have some Mod Podge. I think I'm gonna use the Mod. So I have this Mod Podge here, and I'm just gonna use that. And hopefully that's gonna do it. But I'm going to just kind of ink this on, and then when I come back, we will get to see the finished dried up project. And hopefully it's so cool. Maybe I need a smaller brush so that I can really get into these like